Basketball star Angel Reese has commended WNBA players Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu as exceptional three-point shooters in the league. In October, Ionescu claimed her first championship title at 27 with the New York Liberty, defeating the Minnesota Lynx. At the same time, Reese, together with her peer Clark, made an immediate impact on professional basketball after successful college careers. The two had previously faced off in the 2024 NCAA Championship, where Reese's LSU prevailed over Clark's Iowa, where she established records for scoring and assists. During a discussion with comedian Funny Marco on Reese's podcast Unapologetically Angel, she expressed respect for both Clark and Ionescu, along with Marco's suggested choices of Breanna Stewart and Ionescu. Clark topped the leaderboard with a 34, 4% efficiency in three-pointers. This surpassed Taurasi, with Ionescu closely following at 33. 2%. Stewart, a three-time champion, faced her lowest three-point shooting season, achieving only 29. 5%. Clark previously applauded Reese's abilities earlier this year, stating, "The thing that really stands out is the offensive rebounding. She did the exact same thing to us when we were in college too. She's just such a great offensive rebounder. She's always just had a knack for that. It's not always something you can teach. I think she just has a really good eye for the ball off the rim and can go get it." The Chicago Sky underperformed this season with a disappointing 13-27 record, despite Reese's efforts, while Clark guided the Fever to their first playoff entry since 2016. Sonny Vaccaro has criticized the management of Caitlin Clark's $28 million Nike endorsement, suggesting her team could have negotiated a more profitable agreement. The former Nike executive, known for securing Michael Jordan's groundbreaking contract, told TMZ, "She should have gotten a piece of everything, just like Michael Jordan. I'm saying to you, they messed up. They should have held on to the last drop." In 1984, Jordan signed his first $5 million contract with Nike, which has since expanded to provide him with a 5% royalty on all of his branded products. This deal has elevated Jordan to become the highest-earning athlete ever, with an estimated net worth around $5 billion, according to Forbes, while Clark's annual contract amounts to a significant $5 million, it arguably does not correspond with her vast popularity and influence. Nike has not maximized their partnership with the 22-year-old, particularly as they have yet to introduce a signature shoe for Clark, reports the Mirror US. This absence in the market is significant, considering contemporaries like Aja Wilson and Paige Buchers have already launched personal footwear lines with brands, indicating the potential success a Clark-themed sneaker could achieve. Furthermore, Vaccaro is not alone in his criticism of Clark's agreement, with YouTuber McTalks Hoops asserting Caitlin Clark and Nike is one of the greatest fumbles in sports marketing history. I believe we can now state that it is undoubtedly one of the greatest mistakes in history. We have a player who is currently the most popular basketball player in the world, second only to Stephen Curry, and her agent somehow persuaded her to accept an 8-year contract. It is the most significant error in marketing history. The agent responsible for this agreement ought to have been dismissed immediately. They should have been fired by now. A fair contract for Caitlin Clark would be $20 million per year. Moreover, Nike has completely mishandled the situation with their marketing. Those at Nike have indicated that she will not receive her signature shoe anytime soon. After an outstanding 2024 season, expectations are elevated for Clark to introduce her own signature shoe in 2025. The young star broke numerous records this year, after being chosen by the Indiana Fever as the first overall pick of the 2024 WNBA draft, following a remarkable college career with the Iowa Hawkeyes. After helping the Fever reach their first playoff appearance since 2016, Clark finished the regular season receiving WNBA All-Star, All-WNBA First Team, WNBA All-Rookie Team, and WNBA Rookie of the Year accolades, while also leading the league in assists. Fans are eagerly looking forward to seeing how far this young talent can lead Indiana next year, under the guidance of new coach Stephanie White. The highly awaited 3-on-3 basketball Unrivaled League is scheduled to launch on January 17, 2025, with an exhilarating inaugural season featuring some of the top players in women's basketball. Co-founded by Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, the league has sparked considerable interest, providing competitive salaries and allowing players to remain closer to home instead of playing overseas. Nonetheless, despite the excitement surrounding Unrivaled, several prominent WNBA stars have opted out of the first season, including some of the league's most well-known and influential players. Here are 5 of the most significant names who will not be participating in Unrivaled's launch. Caitlin Clark is arguably the most notable absence from the league. Recognized as one of the most dynamic young players in women's basketball, Clark was one of Unrivaled's primary targets. The league extended a substantial offer to her, but Clark ultimately declined, choosing to take a break after a rigorous period of continuous play, including her last year at Iowa and her rookie season in the WNBA. Wilson's exceptional performance last season established her as one of the league's most formidable figures. Despite Unrivaled's generous offer, she turned down the invitation, likely due to her preference for traditional 5-on-5 basketball and her hesitation to commit to a full year of 3-on-3 play. Veteran forward Nneka Ogwumike, a 2-time MVP and one of the most esteemed players in the WNBA, has chosen not to participate in Unrivaled. At 34 years old, Ogwumike has enjoyed a lengthy and prosperous career, and with free agency approaching, she is opting to rest and care for her body in preparation for the forthcoming WNBA season, instead of engaging in additional physical demands. Jonquel Jones, the former WNBA MVP and a vital player for the New York Liberty, will also be absent from Unrivaled's inaugural season. After spending a significant portion of her offseason playing overseas, Jones is continuing her international career with Sichuan Yuanda in the Women's Chinese Basketball Association. Lastly, Kelsey Plum, a guard for the Las Vegas Aces, withdrew from Unrivaled before the season began. Plum, who was previously announced as part of the roster, decided to focus on her personal life and well-being following a widely publicized divorce. Though Clark has secured her own contract at $3 annually, the amount may not align with her popularity, and Nike has also not fully leveraged the influence of the 22-year-old on popular culture. The brand has yet to release a signature shoe for Clark. Even though Aja Wilson and Paige Bueckers already have their own footwear lines with their respective brands, and a shoe featuring Clark's unique design could be a significant success. Vaccaro is not the only one who perceives flaws in Clark's arrangement. As YouTuber Mick Talks Hoops remarked, Caitlin Clark and Nike is one of the greatest blunders in sports marketing history. It is fair to assert now that it is undoubtedly one of the largest mistakes in history. We have a player who is the most popular basketball player in the world right now, apart from Stephen Curry. And her agent somehow persuaded her to sign an 8-year deal. It is the greatest error in the history of marketing. The agent who facilitated this arrangement should not have remained employed and ought to have been terminated immediately at this stage. Indiana Fever star Kelsey Mitchell has expressed a sincere tribute to her teammate Caitlin Clark, although she acknowledges the spotlight brought by the rookie star has been challenging. Clark was the first overall pick in this year's WNBA draft and went on to earn the Rookie of the Year title after a record-setting debut season. The guard's success in college with Iowa had already established her as a transcendent star, and her mainstream recognition only increased in her first season as a professional. Clark, 22, played a key role in the significant increase in viewership for the WNBA as part of a skilled and engaging rookie class. For the most part, she has allowed her performance to speak for itself, overcoming a challenging beginning to complete the season with an average of 19 points and 8 assists per game. Two-time All-Star guard Micthell, 29, has expressed her respect for Clark. She stated in the Players' Tribune, "And I have immense respect for Caitlin, especially, and how she managed it as a young player. I hope we provided the support you needed too, C. I acknowledged her contributions early in the game because the attention she generated illuminated all of us as well." However, Micthell notes that increased attention following Clark's arrival brought along greater scrutiny, a challenge she faced while grieving the sudden loss of her father at age 56. "We certainly had a new focus on us, with Caitlin being drafted, whom I'm proud to call a teammate. That was thrilling in its own right, with the fans it attracted to the arena and the chance it created for our team," Micthell clarified. "But I think, oddly, the external scrutiny made people forget at times that we're still human, if that makes sense. The attention grew more intense, and I don't think anyone really considered that my dad just passed away. Or Katie Lou Samuelson is a mother trying to balance motherhood and being a WNBA professional simultaneously, you know? We all faced genuine challenges. The NFL, MLB, and NBA have all enhanced their global audiences by hosting games abroad, extending their influence beyond America's borders. Rookie of the Year, Clark entered the top 10 highest-earning female athletes due to endorsement agreements, generating around $11 million each year. As reported by the Sports Business Journal, WNBA officials are making plans for the Indiana Fever to compete internationally in what would be a major event. The WNBA is aware and, according to sources, will eventually schedule a Fever game abroad to leverage her Q rating, a metric of a person or brand's popularity, stated Tom Friend. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones has utilized its branding as America's team to establish the world's first $10 billion sports franchise. While some prominent individuals argue that credit should be distributed equally among WNBA players, there is no doubt that Clark is immensely marketable. Even before turning professional, her Iowa Hawkeyes participated in a preseason tour of Italy and Croatia in 2023 to take advantage of her rapidly expanding audience while breaking the all-time NCAA scoring record. Clark attracted significant attention, and her teammates were eager to acknowledge her role in drawing fans. Caitlin Clark is in the process of having her legacy honored at her alma mater. The 22-year-old basketball star, who played for the University of Iowa and graduated in May 2024, will have her jersey retired in the upcoming months. "I am immensely proud to be a Hawkeye, and Iowa occupies a unique place in my heart that extends beyond basketball," Clark stated, according to a University of Iowa athletics press release. "It means everything to me to receive this honor and to celebrate it with my family, friends, and alumni," continued Clark, who currently plays for the WNBA's Indiana Fever. "It will be an amazing experience to look up in the rafters and see my jersey next to those I have admired for so long."